Vind je mijn video's leuk? Help me mijn doel te bereiken. 20.000 volgers op YouTube. 20.000 volgers op TikTok. 2020 en 2020. Subscribe please! Hi, welcome to Jovie's home. I post new videos every Tuesday and sometimes Thursday. Today, I'm going to share with you what Europeans find really weird when they go to the States. So if that sounds good to you, why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while. I'm really glad you're here. Now, before we get into the video, let's talk about the Dutch word of the day. I think it would be really fun to tell you my intro in Dutch, the hi and welcome to Jovie's home. So let's translate that one into Dutch. So that would be hoi and welcome bij Jovie's thuis. That is the Dutch word for today. All right, so here's some stuff that Europeans or non-Americans might find weird when they travel to the States. And I really want to know what you agree with, so let me know in the comments below. Number 1, sales tax not included. Whew. Imagine this, you're at the shop, you find a thing, you really like it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. It says it's $19.99. I have $20. Perfect, I can afford it. And then you get to the register and she's like, $22.67 please. You're like, but it's $19.99. And they're like, yeah, but then you have to pay tax. And then you as a European are like, huh? And then she's like, what? And then everyone's like, what? And everyone's just confused. Please include the damn price, the tax in the price, so we just know the flat out price. Can we do that, please? Second thing that confuses the hell out of Europeans when they go to the States is, why aren't you using WhatsApp? Like, Americans, why are you not using WhatsApp? It's like, I don't understand. Like WhatsApp is like a lovely gift to the world from the developers. Like, you can call, video chat, and text people for free, like with no ads. Like, it's amazing. Why aren't you using it? Can you explain, please? I'm sure that for Europeans, this confuses you. And me as an American, I can't explain. I also did not have WhatsApp when I lived there, and I cannot tell you why. I mean, it wasn't invented probably by the time that I was living there, but I don't understand. And yeah, with my friends, I Skype with them or FaceTime or something, but not WhatsApp with my friends in the States. I don't know. Let me know. Next up, Europeans are confused AF when it comes to compulsory tipping. Compulsory tipping. And I think, well, maybe now it's been advertised enough or like drilled down, but like, yeah, you go out to a restaurant or anywhere, and you are expected to pay 15 or 20% tip on top of whatever your bill is. So yeah, Europeans are like, but like, why?
Why not? Why? Why not?
Why is the employer not responsible for paying the salary of the employees? Good question. Good question. Europeans are confused by American filtered coffee, the drip coffee system. I would say that Europeans who are used to their like little coffee machines and like their little like espressos and ristrettos and cortados and all these coffees, when you get like an enormous cup of coffee filtered from the States, you're probably just like, I don't get it. What is this? I'm confused. Next up, ginormous SUVs everywhere. Now, I can totally understand why for Europeans this is an absolute shock. It is even for me now as a driver in Europe. To imagine your little Fiat Panda. Okay, I have a Fiat Panda, so I'm not making fun of Fiat Pandas. But like my tiny little Fiat Panda, like with 2 cylinders, you guys, two cylinders. I don't even think that they sell anything with less than 4 in the States, but I could be wrong. But like my little tiny 2-cylinder car, like surrounded by Hummers and Cadillac Escalades and ginormous tank-sized vehicles, like, oh, like that is shocking and scary and totally yeah, it's just scary. So I think that prevalence of all these SUVs makes it more likely that people buy more SUVs, if that makes sense. And that's just sad, but it is what it is. Kind of to go hand in hand with that, I think that Europeans just don't understand the American gas prices because, oh my gosh, they're so cheap. They're so cheap. What do Americans do with all your extra money that you don't spend on gas? Sales tax. That's what you do. You spend it on the sales tax that is not included in the purchase price. But yet, like, it's really like, when I go to the States and I see that you can fill up your tank-sized car for $30, I'm just like, oh. Meanwhile, here's like my little Panda and it's like €50 to fill up my tiny car. That's not jealousy. Okay, that's maybe just a little. Okay, just a freaking little. Just a little. I cannot make this video, I'm sorry, without talking about toilets. Europeans do not understand the American toilet system. Okay, public toilets, normal toilets, they work fine. There's nothing weird about the toilet itself. But, you know, the doors that only cover like from here to like your knees, you know, like, and then you can still see like these small doors that don't go from like floor to ceiling. That's weird. And then the huge gaps in between the stalls, like that's weird. Like you can see people in the toilets. Like, why?
Why not?
For a country that is so much about like respecting your body, and we don't talk about sex, and we don't talk about like natural stuff that happens between consenting adults, like you really like to put people like on display in the bathroom. That's weird. That is weird. That is weird. Europeans are really confused by American customer service, I would say. Confused to maybe put off or annoyed even by the overwhelmingness of customer service. Now, I'm not saying that it's, you know, not nice to have nice people being nice to you or something like that, but I totally understand when Europeans are like, you don't need to come to my table 74 times in the course of my meal. Like, I'm fine. If I need you, I will let you know. Meanwhile, you know, in America, it's like, oh, hey, I saw that you had 2 sips of your water. I came to refill it. You know, like you have 1/4 of your cup is empty of something. They're already bringing you a free refill of the next thing. Just like constantly coming to check on you. And sometimes I miss that when I'm here in Europe, when restaurants are open and I can actually eat in them. Sometimes I miss a little bit of the personal attention, but overall, I have to say, now when I go to the States, I'm like, yo, either sit down and join us and we can have a conversation, or like leave us a little bit alone. Like it can definitely feel a bit overwhelming sometimes, but they're working for their tips and I fully respect the hustle. And I'm not saying anything about the servers, but just like the difference in mentality and customer service, the approach to that and everything that goes with that, it can be confusing if you're going to America from Europe or another country where the customer service culture is not so customer service-y or so oriented towards like pleasing the customer, you know? Next up, the currency all being the same color. Now, what I mean by that is like American money is, I don't know, black and white, let's say, or gray and white, or dark green and white, like whatever you want to call it. Like, but it's 2 colors. It is 2 colors, and every single note is the same color. Whereas in Europe and Canada and many other countries, the 50 is red, the 20 is blue. You know, like you can see, oh, and it's also different sizes. So depending on, yeah, like the 5 is smaller than the 10, which is smaller than the 20. Things like this, like you don't necessarily have to look so thoroughly at your money to know what you have, if that makes sense. So I think it's kind of confusing for Europeans when you go to the States to suddenly have everything like identical and the same. It's weird. Why is it like that? The last thing that I want to mention here is the commercials. And it is mind-boggling boggling for Europeans who go and watch TV in the States that not only do you have commercials like every 5 to 7 minutes of your program, like there's a like you just get into watching the show and then boom, commercial, and then boom, another commercial. Like, oh, it's just so jarring. And then not only are you subjected to all these commercials, but when you get commercials about medication, like that, I think is really like why are pharmaceutical companies advertising to me medication that I cannot prescribe myself, medication that I have to go to a doctor to receive, and yet I am receiving all of this targeted advertising? Like, like it's so weird. It is so confusing and weird. And not only that, but they're like, hey, do you ever suffer from headaches? Well, take Alexa, like the new super drug from this place. It will cure your headache, but side effects include like extreme diarrhea, your, I don't know, like the nose falls off your face. These are the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, not only do I not understand why you are putting things on TV that are prescription only, but like, are you trying to sell it to me or put me off of it with these like disclaimers about what side effects it can be? It's just weird. It is just weird. I don't understand. So anyway, I also think that a lot of Europeans would not understand these things, or they would be like, confused when they go to the States about these things. So please let me know your thoughts. Let me know what surprised you if it's not on this list. I'm really curious to see in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Doei.